Hello and welcome to the simulation of projected 4th overall pick Matvei Michkov. This isn't my real voice, but let's get straight into it. To start off, he is on the first line of Blanesville Boysprint of the QMJHL. In his draft year he put up 142 points with 61 goals in a full regular season. Matvei Michkov and his team would make the playoffs, getting 6th in the league, but would be eliminated to Sherbrooke in 7 games. In the draft lottery, the Ottawa Senators and the Chicago Blackhawks have the best odds at pick 1 and 2. However, in the draft lottery, the Kraken and Coyotes would take their spot N in the draft. Hugh will be taken 2nd overall by the Coyotes and is revealed to be a 76 overall and would sign a 3-year $765,000 deal with the Coyotes. In his first year he is up to a 78 and is a scratched player for the Coyotes, and Michkov would put up 1 point in 13 games. In his second year he is up to an 80 and will go back to Blanesville Boysprint. In his second QMJHL year he would put up 116 points in 68 games and develop to an 84 overall. Once again Blanesville and whatever will finish 6th in the league and would win the Jill Curto Trophy. In the playoffs Michkov would put up 31 points in 19 games. In his third year he is still an 84 and will be playing on the third right wing line of the Coyotes. In his rookie season Matvei would score 41 points and the Coyotes would finish 13th in the league, making the playoffs, but in 5 games would be eliminated to the Jets in the first round, and Michkov would put up 2 points in 5 games. In year 5 Michkov would bring home a new contract with the Coyotes for 5 years on a $5.816 million deal. Also last season Michkov received the Calder Memorial Trophy for Rookie of the Year. In year 4 he is still an 86 and would put up 52 points in 75 games with 30 goals. But the Coyotes would miss the playoffs, getting 26th in the league and missing the playoffs right after making them. Anyway, he is up to an 88 next year and would go past his top 6 potential, making him elite potential, and would put up 73 points in 82 games. Thankfully the Coyotes would make the playoffs, getting 7th in the whole league, and in the playoffs would be out in 7 games to the Avs. In those 7 games Matvei Michkov would score 5 points. He is still an 88. This year he would score 75 points in 74, season being his first season over a point per game technically, and the Coyotes would receive a wildcard spot, being 17th in the league, and would be eliminated in 7 games to the Avalanche again, and Michkov would not play any playoff games. In his 8th year once again Michkov is still an 88 overall and would go on to score 84 points in 82 games. The Coyotes would just barely miss out on a wildcard spot, getting 13th in the league, and in his contract year is still an 88. He would once again score 84 points for the second consecutive year, and the Coyotes would be back in the playoffs but would lose to Chicago in 6 games and would score 3 points in those 6. Michkov would take home his third contract for 8 years worth $9.324 million. He would reach maximum potential as an 88 and would score 81 points at the end of the season, and the Coyotes would finish 13th in the league, but would once again lose in the first round to the Ducks in 6 games. In those 6 games Michkov would put up 5 points, and Michkov is once again still an 88. In his 11th season he put up 82 points in 80 games played. But the Coyotes would once again miss the playoffs, getting 18th in the league. Once again he is an 88. Michkov would put up 66 points and at the trade deadline would be traded to the Calgary Flames for 2 prospects, a 1st, 3rd and a 5th round pick in the 2035 NHL draft. The Flames would finish 6th in the league and make the playoffs. But unfortunately Michkov would see more disappointment as they would be eliminated in the first round and in 6 games would score 3 points. Now almost in his 30s he is still an 88 as always. Michkov would have a career year scoring 94 points. The Flames would finish 14th in the league, but would be eliminated in 5 games to the Blackhawks. In those 5 games he would score 3 points. Michkov is still an 88 again and in 74 games would score 87 points, and the Flames would finish 9th, and in the playoffs the Kraken would eliminate the Flames in 7 games for another first round exit. In those 7 games Michkov would score 7 points. Michkov surpasses his maximum potential, growing to a 90, and in 81 games scores 84 points. In the playoffs the Flames would be eliminated by the Kraken in the 3rd round in 4 games. Michkov would score 16 points in 16 games. In his 17th year Matvei Michkov goes all the way down to an 86 overall. In the regular season he would put up 87 points and would be dealt to the Penguins at the trade deadline for Kevin Korkinski and a few picks. The Penguins would finish 28th and miss the playoffs. He is back up to an 88. In year 18 he would put up 80 and 82 and the Penguins would finish 26th. Michkov would sign with the Penguins on a 3-year $7.731 million deal and is still an 88. Never mind, he is an 86, my bad. In the regular season he would play a full season only scoring 59 points, but the Penguins would surprisingly make the playoffs, getting 4th in the whole entire league. But once again Michkov would get swept in the first round, this time to the Rangers, and he didn't even play a game, so I guess that might be a reason why they lost, or maybe he's washed. Anyway, in what could be his last season he is down to an 82 and scored 27 points in 82 games. The Penguins would make the playoffs too, getting 14th in the league, but of course lost in 7 games to the Rangers. In the off-season Matvei would be traded to the Bruins and is a 78 overall. Matvei would not play any games at all, not even in the AHL or the NHL. The Bruins would also finish 5th and would lose in the first round to the Senators and would not make a playoff appearance. And with that, at 37 years old, Matvei Michkov retires. Here are his stats, pause to read if you want. In Matvei's whole entire career he would only get one trophy, being the Calder Memorial. For the record book in goals, Michkov scored a total of 588 goals, putting him in 21st place above Mark Ricci. As for assists, he recorded 571 assists, placing him 113th, tying with Steve Larmer. And finally, for points, he put up 1,159 points, which puts him in 55th below Bobby Hull. Hope you enjoyed this video. Goodbye.